Hey, everybody. I want to thank you for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and today is day 207 since I've started my weight loss challenge in this channel here. If this is your first time checking out my broadcast, a little bit about what is going on is, I've been overweight my whole life. I'm 39 years old. I have a family with kids, and I've just allowed myself to get just to a point where I couldn't keep going. I felt like I was managing fine. I wasn't on any medication. There was no, I didn't have diabetes. I did have or do have sleep apnea, and so I was just like I said, to a point where I really needed to do something. And I've spent my whole life dieting. I found a lot of diets that have worked over the years, but I've never been able to sustain the weight loss. So this time I wanted it to be different. So I kind of set out with a few different goals in mind, or a couple big goals in mind. Was that I was going to commit to a length of time and not just a weight, because I know that I can get to my goal weights. And generally, once I do, I kind of slowly start going back to my old habits. And like I said, I wanted it to be different this time. So I committed to doing something, or doing this for at least 3 years. I plan to do it for longer, but that's the minimum goal, is to stick or focus on my health for 3 years. And the other is to get down to a healthier weight than my previous goals have generally been. A lot of times I make a goal to lose 100 pounds or to get down to 275 pounds. And if I get down to that goal, it's great. And I've done, a lot to get there. But I get there and I'm still kind of fat, and so, um, or considered obese. And so that's why I set my goal to lose 300 pounds to get down to 219.8 pounds is what it ended up being when I started the challenge here. Today is weigh-in Wednesday. It is, I think, May 26th. Like I said, it's day 207 of my challenge, so I'm getting really close to being at the 7-month mark. But we're going to hop on the scale and see what it says here today. My internet has been crap today, so hopefully this isn't delayed or anything. We'll see. All right. So that was 341 even. So I'm kind of right at the weight I was last week. I was 340.8. So that's a 0.2 gain. Let me update my current weight here to 341.0. And then I will get my shoes on. 341. Hey, Anthony's checking in here. Anthony says he was he dropped 3 pounds from just the change to a mostly plant-based diet. That's awesome, Anthony. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I am screwing things up. I moved myself. I hope I didn't screw up the picture there too much. I accidentally clicked on the wrong box. So that's awesome, Anthony. I'm glad to hear that you're down 3 pounds. And that you're trying out the plant-based diet. That's really great as well, or that you're doing mostly plant-based. Carrie is not in here. She might check in. I know she said she was down maybe 0.2, so just down a little bit from last week. I'm up 0.2. Honestly, from what I was at when I came in on Monday and checked my weight, I'm happy that I'm at this, because I was very confused, and I've talked about it in the past. I don't love the scale that I have here. It's not uh, it doesn't, I don't know. It's just, it was a cheap scale, but it did the weight that I need to. And I'm sticking with a consistent scale. That's kind of one of the things I want to do. Just, whatever. But, anyways, 341 is good. It's not a huge gain. It's really kind of maintaining, and since Monday, I've been kind of trying to, rack my brain about how to feel about not having a loss this week, because I didn't think I would have one. And I still ate. I didn't stop eating either. Like, I was still eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner the last couple days because I didn't, I don't want the scale to completely rule over everything. Like, if I came in and I was 2 pounds up, I was going to be 2 pounds up. But I guess what I was starting to say is I was just trying to like figure out how to accept it. And I do, like, and it's tough to get on here and be on camera and not have big losses every single week. But that is part of the 3-year aspect of this, and part of kind of doing it different than I've done it in the past. I could go and work out and just, hit the, gym, or do, cardio for an hour or two a day and really try to drive the weight down. I could be working the calories harder and spending more time, counting calories and nutrients and things like that. But that was one of the things I wanted to avoid with this diet. I wanted, or this whole, I want to find the easiest way to live and not be overweight. I don't want to be spending an hour at the gym, which then means I have to spend time to get there and to get back and to get stuff ready to go to the gym and to prep, and so you're spending time doing that, and then calorie counting, or you're spending a lot of time doing those things. And that's not what I want to figure out. I want to figure out how to just live and let it be part of my life and not be something where I have to get up at, 5:30 and get to the gym and be on a schedule and have to be a regimented thing, because that is where I've had great success, is having a strict regiment kind of thing for losing the weight or getting down to where I want to get. But I don't want to live that way. I don't want to, like, I just want to, it's because it's not sustainable. That's for me. Like, I know there's people that do day in, day out, they can hit the gym, they can do that part of it. And for me, it's not sustainable. The, outside of the food and the prepping to make the food, this channel, I don't spend a lot of time outside of the broadcast I do here. I do little changes here and there, and I kind of work things, but I'm not spending hours on end trying to, work this either. I'm trying to just work it into part of my life. That's why I kind of do it after work, when I can, when I would be traveling, or it just adds a little bit to the end of my day. And so that is all of that to kind of say that's why I'm okay with being 341, because I didn't have to work real hard and I didn't gain weight. I ate regular, and or I ate the foods that I eat, uh, and I ate them at the regular intervals. And, if anything, the last couple days, maybe I didn't take seconds yesterday when I would have maybe taken well, I don't know. I did. We had pizza last night for dinner. Carrie makes a really good pizza with oat crust, and I had 3 pieces of that last night, and they were decent sized pieces. Um, so I didn't shy away from eating. I definitely ate till I was full. Um, And, I came in at the same weight, but I'm 178 pounds lighter than I was 7 months ago. And if my body wants to slow it down a little bit too, I'm okay with my body slowing it down a little bit because, you know, again, I could work it. I could work hard and I could probably lose 3, 4 pounds. And maybe I will lose 3, 4 pounds in a week, just kind of as things happen here. But, and I, maybe I'll be able to, or maybe I'll have weeks where I am doing more work and it just happens that I lose more weight. But I'm not going to push it because it's 3 years. I mean, if I lost, well, I didn't lose, but if I lose a pound a week for the next 2.5 years, then I'm still gonna be, another whatever it is, 125 pounds lighter, whatever it ends up being. So, so that's why. Carrie's saying she made it. Hey, Carrie, I already told everybody you had I think a 0.2 pound loss is what you had said from the last week. I had a 0.2 gain. So as a couple, we were like a net zero. You lost 0.4. So as a couple, we lost weight. Now, how sweet is that? So, but yeah, so yeah, my body has lost a lot of weight. I'm catching up. I feel amazing. I'm getting in and out of, seats like I talked about, or tight spots. Just being able to bend over to clean up things more and not have to necessarily put my hand on a wall or find a railing to bend over. I can just kind of do it. That is something that you don't really think about, until you're not, I guess you think about it when you're big. It just becomes part of, like, you don't bend over without putting your hand on the wall. It's kind of another brace in case uh you're, you go off balance or something. So overall, I'm feeling good. 341 is a weight that is also interesting because, like this weight that I'm at and that I'm kind of sustained being at here for the month. I mean, from the end of April where I was 344.6 to now I'm 341. So that's only 3.6 pounds lost this month. But so I've sustained this weight. I've trended down still. I haven't gained. I could have easily gained weight in the last 26 days if I wanted to. But it's interesting kind of for me that I'm at this weight, and it's kind of the weight that some of my siblings or all my siblings are kind of have been around this weight or they're at this weight now. And so it's kind of an interesting interacting with them or having conversations with them and not being 170 pounds heavier than them, like walking and talking to my brother about weight loss and, him saying things like people are weight, and it kind of doesn't hit me that, we are the same weight or we're close enough weights that um we'd probably be paired with each other in a wrestling bracket. So, um, and that is something that hasn't been that way since probably 6 years ago, and, uh, so it's, and it's, I said, even talking to my brother too about it and just not being the biggest guy everywhere or looking around and maybe seeing somebody that I thought I was bigger than, but now I'm probably similar in size to is kind of interesting. Um, the other things, yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, I'd love to hear them. But the uh, I started talking a bit yesterday about kind of the abstinence part of the diet, and that is, you know, something I continue to think more and more about, and how it's just so much easier for me to just say I don't even um I don't even want to try, or I can't even try it, I guess. The Yeah, cuz it's cuz then that way I don't know. It's just been uh I don't know. I kind of lost my track of thought there. But with the are you enjoying the meals? Oh, okay, so Carrie's asking Anthony about the meals he had ordered. They were the Healthy Harvest meals, I believe. So yeah, I'd love to know how those were. We kind of looked into them a little bit, but we never did anything about buying them. I was kind of confused as to how like their advertising and stuff, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, so it's just for me, it's been a lot easier to just say I uh those things are off limits and I can eat lots of these other things and um find, and then I find things that I can eat and enjoy things that I can. One of the other things that I guess I was going to talk about, cuz I had I had been talking to some other people, because I have, there's a whole range of friends doing different things, and I have friends that are losing weight, and uh, talking about them and how well they're doing with their weight loss. And it's great to hear people succeeding with their weight loss. And it's tough to shut off kind of my bias towards my weight loss. And I think it's the same for them as well. Okay, it wasn't Healthy Harvest, it's Daily Harvest. Sorry, yeah, it's Daily Harvest. And he says he's liking them. That's awesome. But yeah, so I'm succeeding with my weight loss. I have other friends that, we kind of started around the similar time, and they are succeeding as well. Um, and I'm happy to see them succeeding. And I'm just as I'm sure they're happy to see me succeeding. So there's all that. But at the same time, like, we're doing different diet plans. We have different diet regiments that we're following somewhat. I guess the big thing is for me is that I'm plant-based and they haven't gone plant-based. They still eat meats and things like that. And so it's hard to, like I said, shut off that kind of bias to try to push my diet when, a big part of it is just being happy that they're succeeding with their diet and they're doing so well. And the other part too is that I'm really trying to, it gives me a chance to kind of compare as well, like how the sustainability of the diets. And if like for me, I'm finding the abstinence from animal products to be extremely beneficial to my health and my overall uh you know fitness, how I feel. And so uh like I said, I'm looking to see the long-term effects, and it'll be interesting to see the comparison between the two. Uh, but like, talking to them and about the diet stuff and what I recommend, it just doesn't jive. It's hard to have those conversations sometimes. And so, um, here, yeah. So, and that is something too, that the meals are pre-made. Anthony said that those Daily Harvest meals being pre-made are a big help. I'm sure that they are, because that is something that I've talked about, and I was actually talking about it with my father-in-law, because they're plant-based as well. That we both have kind of uh, felt like we've been very fortunate that our spouses have also gone plant-based, and they're doing a lot of the work as far as some of the meals. And so if you're able to find something like that Daily Harvest where it can help you, start to switch over to this diet, I think that's great. Uh, because it can be difficult. And like I said, the first time you try a lot of these, like that meal we had yesterday, that dal, I was not overly impressed with it, but I could tell that there was something to it. There was, it could be improved, and it would, either technique of cooking or ingredients or flavorings. The first time you do a lot of these recipes, you're using somebody else's recipe. It's made to their taste or to their flavor profile. And so they may love it because they taste all of the garlic in it, or all of the dill or some other flavor, the mustard. They may get one flavor out of the meal, but the first time you have it, you might not get that at all because you're not used to that taste, so you've never had it before. Or um or maybe, you use similar flavors in other dishes, so it bias your taste towards those flavors. And so it takes time and it takes practice doing recipes and working recipes to make them your recipe, and not just the recipe that you got off the internet from somebody, um, overall. So let's see. Um, so I got it written down here. I guess I talked about it. I'm gonna get on the scale next week. I'm gonna, I think, put the scale away and just see what happens this week. If I gain, I gain. If I lose, I lose, and just not worry about the scale. I may try to go a long period of time without weighing in, depending on how I feel about it, because I think that it gives me too much short-term stress to worry about the scale, and I'm trying to fix a long-term problem. So, uh, maybe if I would have been up higher in weight and not just gained point 0.2, uh, I would be more frustrated and have a different, but, the, yeah, I need to get under, maybe when I get under that 180. I don't know why I'd like to get under that 180. It just feels like that 340 mark has been haunting me, uh, since I have, that 340 mark's been haunting me since I kind of hit that 6 month weigh in. And I had lost, all right, it was since my birthday. That's what I think happened. Was I weighed in on the 29th and I was 344. My birthday, I was really kind of pushing that it'd be really cool to have lost another 5 pounds. And I kind of slowed down after that 4 pound loss that day on May 5th. So Carrie says she thinks it might be a good idea, maybe weigh in every month or so. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's something I got to figure out what I'm going to do, or if I'm going to do that, or not. So again, it's, uh, and I say it might, but in the end, maybe that's what kept me from eating 4 pieces of pizza last night, or it's what's kept me from eating so much Ezekiel bread or something, stuff like that. So, because I'm feeling good. I don't feel like I've been uh uh not but depriving myself or not eating a good quantity of food. I mean, I ate this morning uh the steel cut oats, which, if you're going to cook steel cut oats, you need to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to cook steel cut oats, especially if you're going to make more than you normally do. But I ate a bowl and I ended up not being able to finish the whole bowl I took because it was so much food, and uh, that is something where I feel like I've had diets where I've lost, uh, I've lost large amounts of weight, and then I get to kind of a stalling point and it wrecks me too, Carrie says, did you rave about your date snack yet? No, I didn't. I forgot to even talk about it. I should have taken a photo of that, of all the things that I've taken photos of or have pictures of. That was kind of a Carrie had made a snack for us that she gets dates that you can just buy at the store. I don't even know how to, it starts with an M, I believe, the first word, but they come in package. You can get them without the pit already removed out of them. And then, so she took a date and then she just put peanut butter, and we have some crushed cashews that we bought. So she just kind of put that on the top, and then she put them in the freezer to let them kind of get cold or get harder. And I tried that, and they were really good. I was very happy with the flavor. There is a lot of glucose in dates. Is that what it would be? Right? I don't know. There's lots of sugar, natural sugar in dates. And so it was very sweet. Carrie says, don't worry. I have one waiting in the freezer for you. And then she spells out what the name of the day. I'm still not going to try to pronounce it because I'll sound like a fool. But yeah, no, that was a really great snack. I wonder how many calories a date is. I'd be curious to see, because it wasn't a very big snack, but it was just really a nice thing to have. And when I first started the diet in mid-December, Carrie had dates around for some reason, and I had just tried to eat a little bit of date, just it itself, because online I read somewhere that people ate that, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that eat them that way, but it was just way too sweet for me at the time, especially for the being just off the fast and not really being introduced to a lot of different flavors or eating a big variety of flavors. So yeah, it was too sweet for me then, but the way she made it this time, it was that was good. So Carrie says, but that is a date's natural form. So even though it feels whatever, it's complicated. It feels like you might like one for the rest of the day of your life. Yes. Yeah, if you want to have one made up for every day, we could just have one snack every day like that, right? That would be not a bad thing to have. Maybe you could start making them for the kids, and then that would be a better snack for us to give them than some of the stuff that they go for or that we get for them now. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be about it for me today here, guys. I want to thank you for checking out the broadcast. We were, with weigh-in Wednesday, we gained 0.2 of a pound. I'm not disappointed at all. I was actually worried that it was going to be worse. I don't know. We thought maybe it could be from the sodium in the miso that I had a lot of on Friday, Saturday. It was my dinner, my lunch and dinner on Friday, and then my lunch and dinner on Saturday. So, that maybe caused me to have, retain some fluid or what, but the weight's been going down pretty steadily since Monday. And I haven't done any extra activity or any cardio workout. Kind of just cutting the grass and doing yard work is all I've done as far as that kind of stuff goes. So having a 0.2 gain, I'm okay with it. Like I said, it's, I, if anything, it's gotten me to maybe look a little bit at my portions or whether or not I need to go back for seconds. But at 180 pounds lost or 178 pounds lost in 207 days, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. So yeah, if you guys haven't already subscribe to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. You can like and comment on this video as well. It would help my channel grow. And then I also have an Instagram account that is at Fasting. That is FAHSTING. And there's a Discord that we have, that the link for that is down below in the description. That should be active for 1 week. Just a nice place for us to kind of show some of the recipes that we are eating, and then a place for people to check in, let us know what's going on with them as well. I will be back on tomorrow. The AC still doesn't work here, but it is nice enough or cold enough outside that it did not cause me any issues today, which was really nice. And but yeah, I'll be on tomorrow and Friday this week. And then I have next week. I'm definitely going out of town. I don't know. Yeah, I got to go out of town sometime. But, anyways, you guys all have a great evening. We will see you tomorrow. If you haven't started a diet, get started now. There's no reason not to. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, that's what I did. I moved.